What up? This is Checo, and you're listening to Compas Unfiltered. Obviously, you guys see, you're going to find out, Compa Noe's not here today. He actually had family from out of state, so no pudo acompañarnos hoy. But today I do have my siblings here. Welcome, Cari, Jenny.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Como dice Compa Noe, why would you wave at the camera? Like,
I don't know. They're probably watching on YouTube.
I'm just kidding.
I'm
staring at us. The thing is, he's not here, so I got to say it.
Oh,
That's why I'm just cracking jokes.
What else?
Anyways, if you guys do follow us and listen, you guys know that Compa Noe had his own siblings episode, so this is my siblings episode. And we'll be talking a little bit about how we grew up and how some of the things that we experienced growing up and what we do today that is different, or it's maybe the same, you know, from what we learned from our parents or what we saw. So who wants to kick it off?
I mean, I guess I can. So I don't. Yes. So I don't remember a lot, and they can tell you that I'm one to forget a lot about, especially my childhood. But things that I do remember growing up, you know, for example, one of them is every time, you know, you're driving or you're walking and you pass a church, te tienes que persinar. Like, that's something that stuck with me, and that's something that I continue to do and have my kids do as well. So
I do that, and you know what's the crazy thing, I guess, as I'm getting older, I don't want to say I'm like less religious, you know? I don't think I think I question things more now.
Right.
You know? So, but I still do that though. Like, it's just a thing. Like, it's just instinct, I guess, or I don't know. Did mom used to hit us?
Well, I think she would just like
she would just yell at us, right? Yeah. Like hey, persínense. Yeah. So I still do it. Karen looks at me like, what are you doing? But like any church that I pass by, me tengo que persinar.
Yeah.
But
here.
I'm not like 100% religious, you know? Like, I don't know. That's just me though. I don't know about you guys.
I would consider myself more spiritual, connected to the earth, a lot more.
So, in other words, she does a lot more drugs that comes from the earth. That's how she feels connected. Fucking drug addict.
Whatever.
Go on, Yuni.
Anyway, but I still do, you know, me persino all the time.
Yeah. It's funny though, because if we're going down a street, like an unfamiliar street, and it's like a Lutheran church, but they still have a cross, I question that. Like, do I still do the sign of a cross or do I not? Because it's not a Catholic church.
That's interesting.
But I do it anyway because I'm like, I don't want God to get mad at me because it's still a cross. Like, it's so weird, but so.
Well, I remember one time, like, we not making it to a mass time, and mom took us to like a Lutheran church, and she was like, it's the same thing.
Oh.
And then one time, it was just mom and I, and we went to like a Greek Orthodox church, and I'm just like, Mom, this is not the same. She's like, it's the same. So we go in there, and you know, it's a whole different language, and we just did our prayers and we walked out.
Oh my God.
Well, because it's not the same, right? I mean, I guess it's the same in the aspect that there's a God, right? But no, it's not the same.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that the same. No. I mean, Lutheran, yes. Now that I know a little bit more about the Lutheran Church, yes, but like, I don't think Greek Orthodox.
Why? What are the similarities or things that are different?
I think everything's the same, except the Lutheran Church doesn't have any saints.
Correct.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're all about, well, yeah, saints, Virgin Mary. That's more Catholic, obviously.
For sure. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Well, to go back to the passing a church or whatever, yeah, I still todavía me persino, but definitely not as religious as I guess we used to be, or I used to be, maybe just because obviously I lived in my parents' house. So, because like, I don't go to church every Sunday. I don't know about you guys, but.
Right, same. No, it's really bad. I should. And mom reminds me almost every single weekend, like, or she'll call the kids. Yeah, she talks about me. Or she'll talk to the kids like, why didn't you guys go? Well, my mom didn't take me. So you know, it always comes back to me, to blaming me for it. But in my defense, when the kids are in CCD, we are there every single Sunday. Just right now.
So basically, when you need to do
right, one of the sacraments, then we're there. You can count on us for sure. Yeah.
But
So-
do you preach to them like how important it is, or is it more like, because obviously they see it, they see it just when we have to do a sacrament, then that's when we have to go to church.
Right.
So, but do you tell them like this is the way it should be, or do you like?
I think so, just because I feel like, I always say, and I know Yenny says it. I don't know. You, I think, started saying it too. It's like, God willingly or primeramente Dios. Like I always say that. And so every time they start talking like, oh, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. And it's like, oh, yeah, I meant to say God willingly, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
And we get that from mom.
We do get that from mom. So I feel like continuing to preach that part, to them, I feel like it does make me religious.
Same here.
So
I get you. Another thing I think what we grew up in, we don't do it. I do miss it though. It's like being at the park 24/7 or every weekend. We grew up being at Douglas, Marquette Park. For people who are in Chicago, they know about Clasa. So that was something I do miss that we don't. Obviously, I don't do it anymore. I'm not playing. I don't have any kids, so they're not playing.
Yeah.
So like you got it. You're the one who has kids, but you're not going to the city. But you are putting them in sports and activities.
Right. But even going back to that, even when we did move out of the city, Yenny and I were still driving to the city to go play at Douglas Park. Like that's, you can say that is something that we grew up with, and that is something that we continue to, to do as we got older, obviously before I got married and such. But we would still, we moved to the suburbs, and her and I would still drive down to the city to play. We sucked, but we still went down there.
I mean, we
weren't
tried.
good. We tried, but
We tried.
Anywho, the whole point is that we miss that atmosphere, going to the park. And yeah, I miss those days. Those were really, really.
And I'm guessing part of it, right? Because remember when you guys got into that fight? That big.
Yeah.
What happened?
But that one, we were older.
Yeah, we
That-
were older
Well, yeah, that's what I was
already.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
No.
you didn't have the Anita back then, right?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you okay?
She was maybe like 3. She was like 3 years old. And I think I had the twins too.
No,
No?
not the twins.
No. I don't
Okay.
think so.
Then I'm not really sure. But anyhow, yeah, I pretty much got my ass whooped.
But grandma went to go save
My
you.
grandma defended me. Yeah, she came to save me. Thanks, Grandma. But yeah, those were the good old days, going to the park. Legit every single weekend. Every weekend. Whether Dad had to play or whether Dad had to referee, like we were there every weekend. It was a blast. And with all of our cousins, which made it even better.
Oh yeah.
So those were the good old days.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think as also también as I got older, like I do miss the whole like soccer thing, the whole like family going together. But yeah, definitely the fights was like, now that I'm older, I'm just kind of like, I don't want. I'm not ready for it anymore. I'm not for it.
Yeah.
But even I want to say a few years back, because my Uncle Fernie was doing the indoor thing or whatever, So the family was still getting together for that.
Yeah.
That was nice.
But again, the fights, you just can't avoid them.
You can't avoid
Well,
them.
maybe it's just with our family. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that one fight, I think it was like, well, I wasn't there for that one, but I don't know who started
one?
it. The one where Grandma had to save you.
Oh, okay. I do remember. I think it was something with like our defender and their forward. I don't know, something, and obviously things escalated, and then
Right.
it was everyone for themselves at the point. Literally, I was like looking around, like, oh my gosh. And honestly, the reason why I got hit, it's because I was trying to separate the girl that was on top of my tia Lily at the time, and of course, I didn't try hard enough. Like the way I went in was like, can you please not hit her? Can you guys please stop? All of a sudden, bang, I get hit from behind from like another, from the opposite team. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I was literally trying to just separate this fight, but whatever. Anywho.
Yeah, Kari's definitely not a fighter.
Well, no, I'm not.
So we'll bring this up now. I think we're done with the whole soccer thing. But and I had this conversation on the previous episode with Noe, which was joint accounts. And you know what? I didn't realize maybe because of what we experienced or what we saw. That's why I don't have a joint account. I thought I don't know. I guess I didn't put 2 and 2.
Yeah.
But none of us have. We're all married.
We're all married.
All three of us have our spouses, and none of us have a joint account.
That's a hell no.
No, we don't.
So
Don't.
for you guys, what was it? I mean, I didn't think about our parents. I just thought it was something that I was trying to get Karen ready for. Like, we're ready to take that next step. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it started with me and Karen. It was like, is she able to handle like her bills and whatnot without like, you know what, I'm short X amount of dollars, like this, which it never happened. But and then from there it just kind of like stood there,
Right.
you know. But for you guys, what it was like literally from what you guys saw, or what do you think it is that we don't have joint accounts?
Well, Gotti was like super young when she got married, but for me, it was definitely watching mom and dad argue a lot about finances, mom overspending, and dad just bringing it up, and like I never ever want to be caught in an argument talking about like what I spent.
So that's what it was for you mainly.
Yeah, I'm like, my money is my money. Okay. Like, I will put money for the bills for sure, half and half, but I mean, my money is going to be my money. Like, it's not that I don't want to share it. It's just that
you don't want to explain yourself or ask for permission.
Right.
What about you, Gotti?
So I actually did have a joint account initially, right, when I got married, 19. So that obviously did not work out. Like, I would look at our statements and say, well, I'm paying this much for groceries and I'm doing, paying this much for bills. Where the hell is our money going, So, like, I love my husband, but he is a bad spender. Like, he doesn't know, you know what I'm saying? He's just a bad spender. So then moving forward, I think we had a joint account for maybe, like, less than a year, like months only. And when I decided, like, you know what? Nope, we can't do this. Like, you're going to have your own account. I'm going to have mine. And that's how it's been ever since. So I don't rely. Well, I shouldn't say that. I do rely. Obviously, he pays, like, we both pay bills, etc. But like, I feel like, I'm the budgeter in the,
household.
In the household. And so I feel like I do a better job. And so, like, if I can keep budgeting my money, that I don't need to worry so much about like what he does with his, if that makes sense. So it just works out that way. It just works out better.
Yeah.
In my eye. So.
No, yeah. I think for me as well, it's just I think me and Cameron, we both budget, but now that we are used to having our own separate accounts, it is like, you guys, she does the whole crafting thing or whatever.
Yeah.
She wants to buy a new thing. Hey, that's on you, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you think, you know how to, you know what you have in your account, whatever, if you can afford buying a $5,000 printer or whatever, because that's what she wants.
Yeah.
She didn't get it, but that's what she wants. And I'm like, go for it,
Yeah.
Like, but, obviously she's not like dumb. She's not going to be like, oh, like, fuck, I'm going to get it no matter what. And it's like, no, she knows she has to budget.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with me. It's like with this whole podcasting, you know, like you guys see my little setup here or whatever, but it was like 4K, like to put all this together.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned in the other episode with Noe, and I'm like, for this, like I didn't argue with Karen, like thankfully, the understanding me and Karen have, and everything, it's like she let me use the entire room for my thing, you know, like. There was no arguments. There was no whatever. But I think that's cool. Us not having a joint account, because it's kind of like we're not watching each other. Because I'm horrible shopper as well.
Yeah.
I'm.
We know.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazon packages left. And but the thing is, like, so is Karen. And I don't want to ever like look at my account and it's like, what the fuck did we just spend $200 on? And it's kind of like, I don't know about it. I don't, hey, I get there and there's a package. I'm like, I know it's not mine. I'm all like, but hey, whatever, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah.
Like, as long as the bills are getting paid and we're not getting,
exactly.
Any letters and shit. I'm like, so it is what it is. I don't care. What else did we grow up from our parent or our experiences that we don't do now, besides a joint account or anything like that? I'm trying to think.
Getting more like into like more personal point of view, I think our parents did, and still do the best that they can when it comes to like communicating with us. But communication, man, that key is huge, like especially in my house. Like I have 4 kids, like, teenagers, like it's huge. Communication is huge. So growing up, I feel like we didn't have that with our parents. I think it was more of the, like we're the parents, we're right, you're wrong, always and forever.
For sure.
Amen. For sure. Like, type. And so like,
You think that's like a Mexican thing though, or is it just our?
No, I think it is a Mexican thing for sure. Because
let us know, man. Put some comments.
No,
on
I
there.
think it is
maybe old school Mexican.
Old school Mexican
mentality, yeah.
Because that's the way they grew up, right? That's the way they were brought up. Like, te dije que no y es no. There was never an explanation. Like they never needed to explain shit to us. Nowadays, like we have to explain from A to Z why not. Which I get why maybe they avoided doing that, because it is annoying to have to explain to your teenager why they can't go outside after 11 p.m. or something like this.
But I think also we didn't ask for explanations because we get an ass whooping.
Exactly. And that's the other difference too.
There was no talking back. Well, Jenny would talk back.
And I would get
she
hit
did
a
not
lot.
give a crap.
And you would get hit a lot, yeah. But well, so with that being said, I mean, because you are the one with the kids, how do you go about that? Because you don't really hit your kids or anything like that.
Right.
Don't worry, DCFS not coming through.
Right. Yeah. No. But I have caught myself, and Yenny's heard me. I have caught myself tell them like, or get angry to the point where I'm like yelling and being like a crazy woman, and I do remind myself of mom, and I'm just like shit. And I'm just like okay. But I end up calling Yenny. I'll vent to her, and then complain. About my kids, and then she brings me back to reality. Like, okay, like, are you done? Okay, this is what you have to do, or this is kind of like how I see it, or what have you. And in the past, she has made fun of me and said, like, oh my God, your house is like freaking Full House, because we are all constantly apologizing to each other, like I'll apologize to the kids, like, hey guys, I'm sorry, I was being like a crazy person today, but do you understand where I'm coming from, or trying to get them to understand. So
right.
Yes, it does take, as you would, if you guys grew up watching Full House, it takes a freaking entire episode to watch them go from like getting mad at each other to eventually at the very end of the night apologizing. Oh my God. And that's kind of how it is. It's like, it's kind of annoying, but it's rewarding at the same time, because I feel like I am teaching them something, right? So,
Right.
Well, it's important because I remember a lot of times where I was right and mom and dad were wrong. They wouldn't apologize. They never apologized. They would just come into my room afterwards and they would say, so I was thinking of going to the mall. Do you want to go? That was their apology. Or,
Well, mom's apology.
Well, yeah. Because dad, he said, ¿Quieres ir al mall? But, going to the mall with dad, it was like not good because he gives you 5 minutes to go in and pick what you want. Like if you already, research the stores and everything, it's like, no, I'd rather not go.
Yeah.
But
To add to that, and then we'll go back to it because I'm going to give my opinion. I get that from dad because like every time Karen wants to go to the store, I legit like, okay, but how long are you taking? Like, and then she'll be like, well, just come with me, And I'm like, no, how long are you taking, bro? Because I don't want to go there for 2-3 hours. Like literally go throughout the whole store and then go back to where she has started and grab that blouse that she said she didn't know about. And it's just like, dude, like I can't do that. You know, like when I go to a store, it's like I need a white t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a white t-shirt and I'm going to go to checkout. Like, that's it. There is no like exploring. The only thing I'll explore is like if I'm going to Best Buy or anything like that. Then I'm like, all right, cool. Let me go look around. But yeah, it's like stores like that. Like there's no way, Like, and I think I get that from dad, or maybe that's just a guy thing. I
think it's a guy thing. Although Grandpa, Grandpa Nana, rest in peace. He liked shopping. He didn't mind it. He didn't mind like wandering around and looking. And
that's true.
Like that.
Grandpa did. Yeah, he actually liked going to the stores with grandma.
Yeah,
I took him to Joann's Fabrics because I was making a pillow for I think Jasmine's presentación. And I needed a certain like thread color. And I feel like grandma was like impatient and grandpa was like, oh, look, I found this one and this one's made out of this one and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, grandpa was like having the time of his life. And I was like, this is awesome. My dad's not like you.
No, not in that aspect. No, not at all.
No, very impatient.
As far as like the whole, because you just said about the kids or whatever, and how you are, it's like a whole full house thing. I obviously I don't have any kids, but I had this thing where it's like, if I ever have a kids, and if this happens, like, dude, I'm fucking gonna hit them. Like, I'm gonna, and you don't. And Jenny, I know you're against it. You know, you don't want to hit your kids. You know, what?
Well,
because you got hit?
No, but honestly, not to interrupt you, but I think that since you have your own kids, quote unquote, right now, like Milo and Simba, I feel like your thoughts are gonna change when it comes to your own kids, because in the past it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, somebody will misbehave. It's like, man, whoop their ass, you know? And it's like, yeah, no, I can't do that. DCFS or whatever, you know, the cops. But yeah, I feel like since having, you know, the puppies, I feel like you have changed in terms of like how you view things now.
Yes. So and there's no comparison. You know, people are gonna be out there like it's a dog. You know,
but still,
but they're like my kids.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, yeah, I can't. Even though they piss me off, you know what I mean. Especially right now, Milo, because he's a puppy. He's only like 4 or 5 months, so he's still training. You know, potty training or whatever. And yeah, man, I like what I hear. Like, you motherfucker, like you just peed on the fucking floor. The pad's right there. You know. But I still can't get myself to like just hit him.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wrong.
Well, yeah, it's wrong. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, my mentality has obviously changed from that. But doesn't mean, hey, I mean, not with the dogs, but I mean with a kid. If they need a whooping, dude, if they need a little spanking, bro, like, you can't just like completely, like, I don't want to be that person. And maybe some of y'all who are watching or listening are, my kids running around, jumping on the couches in casa ajena, and you don't say nothing, you know? Like, you know, even with like when we do bring Simba or whatever, and he starts barking at people because he wants them to feed him, you know? Like, dude, that gets annoying. And then I'm like, okay, that's it. We're not bringing him anymore, you know? And then next time we'll go to a party or whatever, and it's like, oh, where's Simba? And I was like, dude, he's annoying, bro. Like, I can't deal with that, you know? Like, it pisses me off, and I know people get bothered, you know? Like, it's just like, because they're trying to eat, they're trying to whatever, and here's this dog trying to beg for food, you know? So I'm just comparing, you know? So I wouldn't want to have a kid where they're running around, they're doing this, and for me just to completely not say anything or pull them off to the side and
I think talking to your child makes a big difference. You don't have to hit them, but even talking to them.
So what if they don't listen? What if they don't listen? And I don't want to not get into like the whole like you know, some kids are autistic and we don't know it and stuff like that. No, I'm saying like if there is nothing there, he's just being a brat.
Right. You have like a 6, 7. You know.
I mean, there are certain punishments that
right now
will make would make a child like understand or learn. And by punishment, it's not like you physically hitting them. It's like you're gonna have all these crazy chores, you know, and maybe your breakfast or lunch is delayed or something like that. You know, they'll learn from that.
To me, it's technology. Take away their freaking phone. Take away their iPad.
But I'm saying at the moment,
works.
and I'm not casa ajena, what do? Your kids don't behave like that, Kari. Obviously, you know. But if they did, and if they had this like, I don't give a fuck attitude, you know, like I'm still gonna run around and jump on these couches, because I'm with my cousins and I'm having fun or whatever. So it's like, what do you do then?
But Gotti has trained her kids where like she gives them the eye.
But it started somewhere, so don't call the cops on me. But like when they were younger, yes, I like, you know, like grab them and it's like, don't do that. Like, what do you don't do? You know, but
You did the
that's
pinching
not-
thing?
No,
You
I
did
know.
that?
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, gosh, I would never pinch. That thing hurts. Somebody pinching you? Oh my gosh, yeah, no. No, I would just like grab them or like, you know, smack them or whatever, like as when they were younger. Yes. And then it's like, don't do that again or blah, 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 you know? And then I feel like that worked. Obviously, now they're honestly like all my kids are taller than me except for Ethan right now. But so regardless if I wanted to pull something like that, there's no way in hell it's gonna happen. But yeah, I feel like you do sometimes have to pull them to the side and be really aggressive with them. Not necessarily like beat them up, right? But just like you know, give them that aggressive like talk and that, you know, like that aggressive pull. Like, hey, you can't be doing that. Like, behave yourself, and then you go ahead and communicate with them a punishment.
Yeah, I think there's obviously they get to a certain age where they should already know,
Right.
you know, and you shouldn't have to hit them. You
Correct.
know, it's like your kids now; they're older, they're in high school now. You know, so it's like, yeah, you shouldn't have to grab any of those kids that are in high school and still spank them. Like
Right.
they should already know con la mirada,
Exactly.
you know, that you give them or whatever because they experienced it when they were younger.
Exactly.
That's where I'm like, yeah. Unless you have a kid who's autistic or like I said, they don't know better. They, you know, you do have to give them a break,
Right.
you know, whatever. Which I mean, I wouldn't know, but that's the only way that I'm thinking. But Jenny, you don't think
I will
at
never.
all, like nothing.
No, that does not solve anything.
Okay, so
at all because I mean, I feel like once you hit a child, it's like total disrespect. You lose like the respect right there.
Okay, but maybe not necessarily hitting, but like if you aggressively talk to them,
That's different. If mom and dad would have done that, maybe.
no, you did not. Maybe nothing.
okay,
Maybe nothing.
hold on. I'm gonna tell this story real quick, and I said it at the live pod. Okay.
Oh gosh.
You're the one who chased me with a knife, dude.
Why would you bring that up? Why?
So my little sister
Oh, God.
chased me with a knife, okay? Un cuchillo.
Okay, hold on.
And try to grab the knife and put it underneath the door while I lock myself in the bathroom.
First
You
of
needed
all,
a chinga way.
First of all, there was always a size difference here. And
But I didn't hit you. See, now my dogs are coming to my
oh
defense.
my gosh. But this was the thing. Checo and I, not Gotti, but we would watch back when it was called WWF a lot. And Checo basically would like look at Gotti like his older sister. And would look at me like sister/brother. Like we played a lot together, you know. We would watch WWF like Monday night, whatever it was called. What was it called?
Back then, I don't know. Maybe it
Okay.
was
Anyway,
Monday Night
so
Raw, I don't know.
sometimes, I mean, we would just like, being siblings would just like hit each other with a pillow or something. Or if Checo was bored, he would just like throw a piece of paper at me, and I'm just like, I'm not having it, you know. So that one time,
You grab a knife.
hold on, you had a broom. You had a broom.
Bro.
You had a broom, and I took it away from you, and you ran downstairs all scared.
Because you had a knife.
I was trying to show you that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm good.
I too can
Where
be
was I?
powerful. You were never there.
Yeah, I don't know. When we were in Addison, it was like,
Gotti really wasn't there too.
oh, even less for Glendale Heights.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you were there for like a year.
What a
I
babysitter
think
we
I was
had.
there. Yeah, I don't know.
But okay, so if you have kids and if they are running around, jumping on the couch or whatever, casa ajena, it's not your house.
What
do
do
you
you
do?
I'm gonna take him home.
So you're leaving the party.
I'm leaving the party. I'm gonna take them home. I'm not gonna.
And
if
then
they
what
don't
are you
listen
gonna
to me.
do at
if-
home?
I will talk to them. I will explain things to them. Like, you do not do this.
So what if you're having a good time? What if Marcelo doesn't want to go home?
But she doesn't care.
I
She's
don't
gonna
care.
Go
I will
home.
go home.
Yeah, I can see her.
I will
doing
go
that.
home.
So Marcelo stays.
No,
Yeah. I mean, he could do.
I mean, I don't know.
He's got it.
God, he's
No,
like,
answering for me.
take his ass with you.
he has to suffer too. Damn it! If you're not having a good time, neither is he. Okay.
I mean, we both have talked about like how we would raise our kids, because he also was kind of bad, like me. And we have talked about how we might be strict parents, We don't believe in hitting.
So he doesn't believe in hitting either.
No.
Oh,
Mr.
that's
Martial
good.
Arts fucking black belt over here.
Yeah, he does not. We don't believe in that because it doesn't do anything. It's total disrespect to any human. Yeah. No hitting.
Okay. There you go. You
Fair
just
enough.
take him home. That is fair enough.
I will take him home.
Yep.
I don't think I'd be able to just take them home. Well, maybe, I guess, if they're being bad enough. And
Yeah, like you know
Whatever.
what? I'm gonna go this.
Like, it's embarrassing.
Yeah,
Who
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to be
Well, it is
with
It
their,
is embarrassing. It is.
their
Yeah.
kids acting up and pretending to look the other way,
Yeah. I think that's worse. If you just stick around and stay there for your kid to continue to be bad, I think that's worse.
But what about those parents who don't say shit, man?
Dude, those parents
like-
should have never been parents.
And then
I'm
those
sorry.
kids grow up like,
little a-holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up assholes. For
yeah.
Because I see that all the time, and it's like, even with, fuck it, even with family that we have, it is what it is. Yeah, you guys have asshole-ass kids. If you see your kid running around and he's being a fucking asshole, he's an asshole, and you're not saying anything, like, that's fucked up.
However, when I see a kid that's not behaving and their parent ain't around, I'm just like, hey, don't do this.
Okay,
I try
so
to scare them. Even at the supermarket, there's a little kid misbehaving. I'd be like, hey, don't do it. Then I run away.
Okay, so that's another thing. I might as well, since you're talking about it. So how would you feel if a relative says something to your kid and they're misbehaving? Are you okay with it?
So initially, probably not, because I'm a big mama bear. Yenny knows this. Probably not. But then I'd probably bring myself down and be like, okay, well, your kid was being a little brat or what have you, So I'd talk to my kid. But honestly, I don't think I've ever had a family, well, like mom, but I mean, that's grandma. She can say whatever she wants to them. I don't care, But I don't think I've ever had a family member like question my kid's behavior or,
Say something.
Yeah.
Or do something.
I mean, definitely mom and, my sweetheart, things like that. Like, yeah, for sure. They're allowed to. They're grandparents. They're allowed to say stuff like that. And sometimes I'll be like, yeah, tell her. You let her know or you let him know, But, yeah.
Well, over here, Yenny.
I think I wouldn't mind if I'm seeing it too. But I probably will get to my kid first. But if I am turned away and they see it, I wouldn't mind.
So it wouldn't bother you. But,
No, it takes a village to raise a kid. So if someone else is watching your kid doing something wrong and they're calling them out, hey, fix it.
but just verbally.
Verbally. Yeah,
no.
I'm against physical abuse. So, like, if anyone were to touch my kid, well, then I will have to be violent then.
No, I agree.
Same. I'm not a fighter.
I'm not a fighter either.
Well, I don't know.
Physically, I'm not. I've never been in a physical fight.
Okay. Well.
I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, but obviously, I'm not a physical fighter, but if you mess with my kid, then I will become.
Yeah, you'll get angry.
Exactly.
You get upset. Trying to think of what else did we grow up with that's different from now. Because we talked about religion, kind of. Kids, joints. Is there something that?
Yeah, like sleepovers. Like.
What do you mean?
So, mom never let us sleep over any of our friends' houses. At least not me. Like, it was always like your cousin. But then again, we had a gazillion cousins.
Yeah.
So, it was either us sleeping over our cousin's house or our cousin sleeping over our house. And everybody, mom and I just talked about this last time. It's like, oh, do you guys remember? We would like go to your tia's house or whatever and be like, no vayan a empezar. Don't ask for them to sleep over and you don't ask to go sleep over there. And the first thing that would happen as soon as we would get to that person's house, Mom, can so-and-so sleep over? And it's like, Mom would just give us the eye. Like, I literally just told you not to say that, But, yeah, like I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like I'm like mom. I don't let my kids sleep over their friends' houses, because they say like el dicho, like, es que uno nunca sabe. And it's true. I got stuck with that. That's stuck. Like, uno nunca sabe. And especially nowadays, this world is crazy.
And we saw things too. Like, so I definitely still will think like that. I'm going to think like mom. I'm not going to let my kids sleep over like anyone's house. You never know.
You never know.
I agree. I think mom and dad would let me sleep over a lot more, obviously.
I can see it.
You know?
Yeah.
Like to like cousins' houses or whatever. I don't think I ever slept over like a friend's house though. But I don't think I ever asked either. Like I don't think, you know, I was like,
Adolfo's or
Hector? What about that Hector guy?
oh, that hectic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like one time. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it was. But it was mainly like our cousins. You know, but yeah, I remember that mom would be like, don't start. And, you know, también igual, like you can't sleep over and they can't sleep over.
Well, only once Mom let Gadi and I sleep over at a friend's house.
whose?
They were white girls though, but we were like in 4th, 5th grade.
Oh.
But
Mine
then,
was, yeah, okay, I remember.
yeah. But then after Mom picked me up, she was like, "Never again. You smell like smoke." She's like, "Who smokes there?" I'm like, "The mom and the dad." She's like, "You're never sleeping there again." I'm like, "Okay."
No, I do remember the one time mom didn't let me sleep over. It was Jennifer's house that lived in our like neighborhood. And she was like there at like 6:30 in the morning to pick me up. Like we had just fallen asleep maybe like at 3-ish. And I do remember like faintly hearing Jennifer's mom tell mom like, "Well, they just fell asleep a little while ago. Are you sure you want me to wake her up?" And mom's like, "Yes."
Like we gotta go
Like
to church.
we have to go. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah. So kind of a sleepover, I guess.
Yeah, but Mom knew it was going to be like a sleepover of like at least 6, 7 girls. And
That's true. It was a lot of us. It was a lot of us.
yeah.
I think it was
Slumber
like a
party.
birthday party or
Yeah.
something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
I got
anyway.
you. But you wouldn't. So you wouldn't right now.
No. I wouldn't. Just because, especially with the world that we're living in right now, you just, and that just stuck, you know? Uno nunca sabe. Like, and it's true. You just never know. If with, you know, sometimes with your own family members, like distance, like, you know, cousins and uncles or what have you, like shit happens. It's like, yeah, no, I can't afford to risk that happening. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's how I feel about that. So that stuck for sure.
Would you let your kids? I already talked about my kids. I don't have kids.
Probably
yet.
not. No, to be honest. No, just the same, you know, same reason. Just because even with family, you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, like as much as you say, and you're like, oh, well, he would never, she would never,
Right.
you know, but honestly, you just never know now.
Right.
And which is so fucked up.
It
right?
is. It's
and
so
you hear
messed
so
up.
many stories. Like, I mean, just thinking back right now, I'm just like, fuck, man, it's so crazy. Like how you literally, even I heard a story about like a grandma, like in 26th Street, like killed her kid, like killed the grandson,
The grandson?
grandkid.
Oh my God.
And it's like,
What
out
the
of all
heck?
people, you would think grandma is like,
Right.
you know, I mean, that's pretty much like your mom. But then again, you got shitty ass parents too, you know, that put their kids in situations, you know, stuff or whatever that you hear all the time, you know, on social media, whatever, you know, and it's just a fucked up world.
It is.
But I don't think we saw it like that. I don't think our parents saw it like that. It was just more the, I don't want to say like inconvenience of having another kid to take care of pretty much.
But I feel like vice versa, like to have even you, I think they, I don't know. I think they did see it that way though. Like, well, I'm not going to have my kid, you know, it's not, it's so different. Like, and not to be racial or anything, but I feel like the more like Americanized you are, I feel like the less strict you become a little bit, if that makes sense. Like you kind of let like it's whatever's more convenient for that parent. It's like, oh yeah, you want to sleep over, you know, Deborah's house Friday through Sunday? Go ahead. I don't have to deal with you Friday through Sunday. You know, I'll go do whatever. And it's like mom and dad didn't see it that way. They were just like, no, because what if you get killed? Or you know what I'm saying? Like something happens or you get raped or I mean, that was their thinking, you know? So
I think definitely for people that they didn't know, I think that was definitely their thinking.
Yeah.
But I think for like family members, I just think that it was just more so like having another mouth there, you know? Because I think when Juanito gets with Jose, you know, hacen un pinche desmadre.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
if they're already causing, you know, breaking shit
Yeah.
at somebody's house, now I got to bring these fucking assholes to my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
You know, even though my kid knows better, but the thing is, like, once so and so is there, they start acting up.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
I think that's what it was more for mom and dad, because she told me that.
There you go.
So yeah, it does. She was all like, "No, because that motherfucker does this and that or whatever," and I'm just kind of like, "But mom, he won't do that no more." Yo le digo que no. Yo le digo que no. He's a new person. That was when he was 12. Now he's 13. You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's what it. Well, obviously, mom would say that, but obviously for certain relatives, certain people, she would, you know, because she knew what it was. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Totally different.
real quick, because I'm looking at your Bears. I don't even know. I'm hoping they're winning.
I'm really hoping they are.
That's why you guys keep looking at your phone.
That is why we keep looking at our phones.
I think, you know, they're playing. Obviously, you guys are gonna hear this later, but they're playing the Raiders right now. And I'm checking the score. Damn, it's still 14-3.
Still 14-3.
Yeah. Wow. I thought the Bears were gonna get blown out by the Raiders, but they're actually doing pretty good.
They are doing pretty good.
And the Sox play today.
I mean, we don't need to talk about that.
Yes, we do, because they're in the playoffs.
I mean,
so
they've already lost.
They're 0-2 right now.
And they're going to be
against
0-3. I'm a Cubs fan, if y'all didn't guess.
How does that happen, too? Like, you're a Southsider.
Because
and then all of a sudden,
we didn't grow up watching baseball.
No, we didn't.
So
but
then
still.
when I married a Cubs fan, it just synced and it made sense. So
well, actually, it doesn't make sense. But I mean, I guess
we didn't grow up watching baseball, but
No,
we
we didn't.
definitely grew up watching a ton of soccer.
Oh,
yeah.
geez,
I mean, like I said, we were at at Marquette and Douglas only every other.
But you guys watch like everything.
Yeah.
Basketball, baseball.
Now, yes.
Football, like everything.
Yeah, I think that was once I got a little bit older. Like, I mean, even when once we moved to Addison, I started getting into other sports. I think because there's white people and stuff, you know.
Right.
So
it wasn't just
I think that's why I got into like other sports. Like back then, I actually did like the Packers.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Brett Favre.
I remember you.
Because I was a Brett Favre fan. Like I thought he was badass, you know. But obviously, I still rooted for the Bears.
Right.
But it was just like Brett Favre was awesome. So yeah, right now, obviously, I am a White Sox fan, but I do like Houston.
Yeah.
So I do like Houston as a team. We went to Houston.
That's right.
Like
you guys
a month
just
ago.
went. That's right.
Yeah, we went like about a month ago. I think Houston is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to move out there.
The weather looked perfect.
Well, we went in September, so it was nice.
Yeah.
Like it was 90-ish. So it wasn't like that 100, you know? But it was awesome. It was like, and it's like not that humidity, like that humid heat.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
the
that dry heat. So it was like 90, but it didn't feel like 90. It was like, and then as soon as you caught some shade, it was like nice and cool.
Nice.
Like even in the middle of the day. So that's, I'm like, dude, Houston's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
That's where Beyonce's from.
Is it? Oh,
Is she?
that is where she's from.
Yeah.
You know what? When we were over there, they did talk about, I guess, because we went to go see Karen's friend or whatever that she lives out there, and she was like, "Oh yeah, like whenever Beyonce comes, like she shuts down the mall,
Dang.
like she buys it out for the day or whatever, you know what I mean?" And
Oh,
she
for her to go shop.
for her to go shopping. That way she doesn't deal with peasants, I guess, or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
But I was like, yo, that's awesome, you know. But I do like Houston though. I would like to actually see the rest of Texas, you know, like Dallas and San Antonio. Karen wants me to go to San Antonio. She's like, we have to go to San Antonio. Like we wanted to go when we were over there, but I was like, bro, we just drove like almost 17 hours.
That's crazy.
And then she's like, yeah, let's go to San Antonio. And I was like, no, like
How
that's
far is it from Houston?
like 4 or 5 hours. No. I just drove 17.
Yeah,
like I'm
yeah.
good. Like I don't
Yeah.
even want to drive anymore. I just want to like lay down, you know, like do another 4 hours there and then another 4 hours back.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
an entire day.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, nah. And even when we were out there, because we went to this one, it's called El Botanero. So it's a store, it's a liquor store. and they're supposed to have like all these like products from Mexico, which I wanted to get the kids some stuff and whatever. But dude, it's so overpriced,
Yeah.
like crazy. I wanted to get some beer. They didn't even have the beer that I wanted. So I was like, dude, like not even a Kawama or something, you know, like nothing. They had no beer from Mexico, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna get it. But they did have like bottles from Mexico, and these bottles are like $50 US in Mexico. They were selling it for $115.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's actually and then plus tax and shit. And I was like, no way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, fuck that. So, and Karen's like, well, how far are we from the border? I'm like, no. No, bro. I think we were like 6 hours.
Okay.
I'm like, we're not going to the fucking border to go get like, this is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
It was just like, we're here, might as well. I wanted to get some barrilitos. So barrilitos around here, it's from Mexico, the beer, it's anywhere from like that $60 to $80 range, depending on who you're getting it from. For a 24 pack.
The little brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anywhere from like $60 to $80, depending on who you get it from, who sells it
I
to
didn't
you.
even know it was that expensive.
Well, here in
Yeah,
Mexico,
yeah.
it's like, I don't know, probably $10.
Yeah, but still, I do see a lot of people drink it here, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize that's how much they were paying.
Well, I mean, unless they got it through like an aunt or something
Got
like
it,
that.
okay.
They probably, let's say it's $10, they pay 20 or 30 or whatever. But yeah, some people do buy it for like $60 to $80, a 24 pack.
Jeez.
So I was like, we're 6 hours away from the border. I'm like, I'll pay 40,
Yeah.
50, like that's fine. I'll cop a couple 24 packs. And that's when they didn't have anything.
Yeah.
But even then, they were selling them for 80.
Damn.
And I'm like, I might as well just go home and just buy them here. I
Exactly.
mean, it was like, because I had asked them, like, well, what are other prices? Like, oh, well, this is what it is. I'm like, bro, but I guess they do got to pay for the building, so that makes sense of why their prices are so high. But I was like, fuck that,
Yeah.
So, but other than that, though, Houston's awesome. I definitely recommend for you guys to go, and anybody else is watching or hearing this. Like, it is badass.
Yeah.
So, houses are like cheap too. Well,
So we
compared to
know.
here.
Yeah.
We know what happened with that storm.
What storm?
Was it a storm earlier in the year where a lot of homes in Texas got destroyed and they weren't
Like from a
built?
hurricane? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
They
a
weren't really built right.
well, yeah, I can see that. But they're nice.
Nice.
They are nice, and they're huge. For what you're paying for what you get. They're huge. You come here to Illinois, and where they're just taxing the fuck out of us here in Illinois, and telling you like little by little, I'm like turning Republican over the fuck. Like fuck, man, all these damn taxes.
Yeah.
I think they wanted to pass like a mileage tax. So if anybody who lives far, it's like, and I guess the way they would do it, and this is like barbershop talk that I heard somebody talk about, basically like on your emission. So when you go for your emission test, like depending on what mileage, from there,
shoot.
then they'll determine, I guess, your fee or whatever, which is like fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
that
what sucked.
the fucking sticker, I think they said something like they want to pass this bill or whatever, $150. That's what we're paying right now for the plate stickers to $300.
Oh, hell no. I literally just got my admission test done on Friday. We got that little notice.
Yeah,
It's not due till January, but I'm like, I'm not doing anything today. I might as well just get it done. But that's
$150,
crazy.
right? That's what you paid.
Well, I didn't renew my plate sticker. I just went to go get the admission test because I was around the corner.
Okay, right, the emission test. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's $150 or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
For the sticker. So it's like, imagine paying $300.
Yeah, no.
And then I think before it was like, I don't know, something like crazy low, like $20 or $40 for like EV cars, electric cars or whatever. But since they're not buying fuel, they raised it up to like 200 plus or something like that for them if you have an electric car. So it's like, what the fuck? Like they are taxing us to death, dude. Like it is crazy. But we're still here, unfortunately.
We're still here. Every winter, though, I do ask myself, like, why do I live in Chicago? Why? Why are we here? Like, why can't we just move, But my reasoning is my family's here.
Family,
Like, my
yeah.
parents are
Well,
here. And
I I blame grandma and grandpa on both sides too.
Because they're the ones that,
Yeah.
they migrated here. So this is where we're at.
But will you move?
Not if mom is still here. If mom's still here, then no. The answer is
Mom
no.
and dad are planning on leaving us. They
That's
don't care
true.
about
That's true.
you.
They are planning on leaving us.
Okay, so let's say they do move to Vegas or wherever they want to go to.
I honestly, I probably won't move until all the kids are out. Because like
So-
we invested so much already. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, I wouldn't. I don't see myself moving until they're all out. Which who knows when that's going to happen because they always come back. So I don't know. I don't know.
Jenny, you would leave.
I would leave.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
leave
this girl
a different
would.
state,
Different country. Yeah.
I am very open minded.
Where's your preferred destination? If you could move anywhere, let's say you have a solid, for sure, guaranteed job, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything is placed in where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Guadalajara or Zapopan.
So you're going to Mexico.
Yeah, it's besides it being nice there. There's a lot of work there for me in my industry,
Wow. Okay.
and it's safe.
Ish.
Well,
Safe-ish.
they have it controlled, so it's safe for me. I love the weather, love it. I love the heat. I just love it there. I would go there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that would kind of suck though, because then we would have to go all the way to Guadalajara to go see you. But I mean, I've been wanting to go. I mean, because of COVID, even before COVID, we were starting to go almost every year.
Yeah.
You know,
You guys were.
but then obviously COVID hit, or like I really wanted to go this year, but then I had talked to Dad, and he told me that they weren't going to do the fiestas for Ponce anymore.
Oh,
Not
that's
this
not
year, not
happening
this
this
year.
year? Oh,
That they weren't going to do them. Este año no. So I was all like, oh, okay, well, it worked out, I guess, because we went to Houston. I took a few days off or whatever. I got like, I don't know, a day left or whatever, vacay. So next year we're going to Rosarito. So
What is that? Where is that at?
Tijuana.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I want to go there.
Wait, what do
Let's
they
go.
do? Is it wait, I'm lost. So this is a place in Tijuana? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it a fiesta or no? That's just what it's called.
that's the name of the town.
Oh,
I
that's the
think,
name of
or-
the town. Got it.
But
Tijuana.
Tijuana has like a really cool like area. Like their vibe is just different. And we only went to like the really poor side when we were kids.
Right.
So-
I will never forget.
Oh, man.
I will never forget. That was an eye opener for sure. A wake up call. And that was its purpose. You do know that, right? Dad, that's what Dad says.
That yeah. Would you
I
do
don't
that
believe that.
with your kids?
Dad's telling me I should do it with my kids. Dad's saying like, hey, you need to, like take them so that they can appreciate. I'm like, I feel like they do appreciate, but I understand where he's coming from. They are a little bit like bougie.
Well,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I get where he's coming from. Honestly,
Which
though,
one was the purpose? When we drove there or when we flew?
when we drove and stood there, didn't we
Wait.
drive to
We
California?
never- but
Oh,
we never.
you're talking about when we went to TJ. Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and then from California, we drove to Tijuana to stay with our tío Ajeno.
We didn't stay there.
Yeah, we slept over. Yeah, we did.
We did not sleep over.
Yes, we did. Ask Mom. We slept over.
I would have remembered.
We
'cause I
slept
would've
over.
been
I don't
scared.
remember.
I would
don't
have been
remember.
scared. No,
I
I
thought
don't.
we slept over.
I think we went, we saw, and we left.
You might
You
be
know
right.
what? I think so. I don't think we slept over. Like,
Oh,
we
you
didn't-
know where we
just spent
slept
the night.
over? We slept over in with my other tío, Grandpa's other, the one that doesn't look like Grandpa, but he was chunkier.
The one in Zapopan. Yeah, he
him.
passed away
We-
already.
I know. What's his name? I forgot. I'm sorry. I know he passed away.
Rest in peace, my tío.
Armando,
Armando,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
Armando.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember going to Tijuana, and it was like seeing like a third world country. You know,
Seriously.
like
Well, it is, isn't it?
I mean, maybe not so much now. You know what I mean? Because I have seen like videos and whatever. I mean, unless it's just that specific area, but yeah, it was like fucked up.
Yeah,
Like-
his kids were playing soccer with no shoes
no
on,
shoes, bro.
like descalzos. You know, we're
those
like, oh,
those were not his kids.
okay.
He had
Oh,
no
sweet.
kids living with him.
Oh, so who-
but those were the kids in
In the neighborhood?
Yeah, the
Oh,
neighborhood.
okay. I thought they were our cousins. I was playing with somebody.
Your memory sucks, Scotty.
God, I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I do remember that. I remember seeing all the dogs. Like
yeah,
literally
yeah.
just they would just lay wherever and then they would see you and they'll like walk up to you. Maybe hopefully they give them some food
That
or
was
whatever.
so sad.
I was like, damn, like what the fuck are
Yeah.
we doing here?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, your tío lives right here. I'm like, damn, right here.
And this thing, it wasn't even a house. It was like
That's what I was
made
gonna-
out of
oh, I know that's what I was
oh
gonna say. I was like, dude, this is a house.
Right.
Like somebody actually lives in here.
I always
Sorry,
wondered.
no disrespect, but
Yeah.
No, right.
It's-
And that's where Dad's coming from. Like, that's what he said. Like, oh, that's when I told your mom, like, we got to take them there. They're asking for Adidas and Nikes and shit. Like, we got to go. Like, get that. Because, honestly, like, and, I tell my kids all the time, although my stories are different from what Yenny remembers.
For sure.
But like
because
I tell my kids all the time, like we didn't grow up with name brand stuff. Like we grew up from what I remember, from what I thought, is like we grew up shopping at the thrift store, but it wasn't. But the Zoomies or whatever that place was called, that was like
You're
the
from
Zemski's.
26th Street.
What is it?
Zemski.
Yeah,
Zemski's.
Zemski's on
That to
26.
me was like a thrift store, but apparently it was not. Whatever.
You just offended everybody who was in
I'm
the
sorry,
26th Street.
but anywho, yeah. So that's what I would tell my kids. Like, we always. Now, mind you, before we moved to the suburbs, this was our lifestyle,
Okay.
right? Like
Yes. Before we moved to the suburbs.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to explain to the kids all the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, for me, that like when we would go to like Payless and
Right.
all these other stores, whatever. I don't think I ever thought we were poor.
Same.
I just
no.
thought this is just what it is. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like this is us. Like this is where everybody shops. This is where everybody goes. Like we would go to La Lavanderia.
Right.
But
like, looking back at once we moved to the suburbs,
once we
I was
moved,
like,
and it's like,
"Ooh."
what? You have a washer and dryer in your house?
house, exactly.
You don't have to cargar el costal.
Exactly.
Like
exactly.
The
Yeah.
biggest one was Central Air.
Oh
Central
yeah.
Air.
Yeah.
We
See,
weren't dying at nighttime anymore.
Things like that,
We didn't even
having
have
a
the window AC,
garage.
did
Like
we?
we didn't have
No,
a
we
garage.
didn't.
We had no window AC, just el abanico.
Mm-hmm.
Open the window, put the abanico on the window,
And hope no rats come in.
and hope no rats
No
come
rats
in.
came in. That's what I'm saying. Like all of these things were just like so different once we moved into the suburbs. Like I was just saying, like we never had a garage. We would just park our car in the back
And
of the
just-
house. I mean, it was like I don't know. That gate was replaced a couple of times, but I mean, we still got robbed 11 times, mind you. So after that 11 time, guys, is when my parents decided to move to the suburbs. But moving to suburbs was like totally different. Despite like all the differences in how the house looked and the fact that we had a garage and, like a quiet suburb area, the language,
Oh, for sure.
I didn't know English when I lived in the city. I swear
You
to
barely
you,
know it
I
now,
barely
shit.
know it now. Shit. And
No, but-
moved into the suburbs, and it's like, Mom, what do you mean? There's no Spanish class, or there's
There
no.
was ESL, no? We were all in ESL.
Well, my school didn't have the bilingual. Remember all that one year we were all in 3 different elementary
yeah.
schools.
We were all
So mine didn't have a bilingual.
Why did you go to the school?
I don't even know, because I think that was the only elementary school that had like availability for a 4th grader at the time.
Oh, and we
So-
went to Lake Park.
You guys went to Lake
You
Park.
went to Lake Park in the beginning.
Yes,
I got thrown into Lincoln.
that's right.
Damn, they separated us
They
all.
said all
Separated
3 of
all three
us,
of us.
because we moved mid-year. We
Mid-year.
moved in the winter.
Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah.
why. So that those were the only places that. But anywho, so I remember like crying about it. Like, how am I going to go to this school and I don't know any English? And then I will never forget. Mom's like, I'll teach you. I like dead ass looked at her and I was like, what do you mean you're going to teach me? And she's like, oh, I know English. And I'm like, this whole time you knew English and you didn't teach it. Oh, I didn't talk to her for like a month. I was so mad at her. I was like, wow. And here I am like sounding stupid in 4th grade,
Well,
like not knowing
that's-
anything.
That's another thing to bring up, because so we were only taught Spanish. Like we were born Spanish, and then English not until school came.
Yeah.
Right.
And then at that point, we only learned bad
But
words.
like,
Exactly.
children they have like a huge brain, and they can take up to like multiple languages. If I were to have kids, I would teach them both Spanish and English at the same time. I'm not gonna delay them, one language or the other because they can learn it.
I think they can learn it, but I think you got to be like kind of strict too.
Super strict.
Because then they start confusing the two. And though they always kind of seem it depends on where you what their environment is. So if you do have them like with other kids or what you're showing them on TV, they're going to lean towards one language, obviously, you know? So that's kind of hard to do, to keep both and for them to speak it well, both.
But like
Right.
in Europe, these kids learn like 3 languages. Like 3.
Well, they're fucking badass. I don't know
And
who will be able to do it.
No, and some of them like know up to like 5, and it's like you meet these people later on, and they're just like, "Oh yeah."
But it's
you
got
know,
to be
I'm-
like one at a time, dude. There's no way.
No, it's at the
they-
same time.
It's at the same time. Like I've met
fuck.
like people from Romania and from Poland and whatever, and they like know Spanish, fluently.
Mm-hmm.
They know Russian and all these other languages, and I'm just like, you learned them in school or where? Like yeah, school and home. It's like nothing.
And that's what I was saying. It's the home part. So I'm very grateful that Dad was as strict as he was growing up, because even when we did move to the suburbs, he did not give a crap if we were learning English at school.
Spanish.
When you know what I'm saying? When you walk in that door, Spanish only. Do not come in here talking English or what have you. We would sit down at dinner time. We were all learning the language when we moved to the suburbs, and we would like try to practice it at home because that's what our teachers told us to do. And here's my dad. No quiero que hable inglés. Puro español. Aquí se habla español. And it's like, oh my God, how are we supposed to like learn,
Right.
But at the same time, I'm grateful because I feel like we can all speak it, we can all read it, we can all write it. And that's something that unfortunately I did not do with my kids. Little by little, I'm just starting to do that now. But, me regaña mi dad like every weekend.
Well, yeah.
Because it's like, what the heck? Why are these kids not speaking enough Spanish? Like, what is going on? Like, and I get it. But, like, you have to be that strict parent at home, like
To teach them
to
both.
teach them, to be like, okay, here, now, no English.
Yeah, I guess, you would have to do it like, right now we're speaking just Spanish. And then, like, within the next hour, like, just English.
Exactly.
And then another hour, fucking, I guess, Polish or whatever.
But
Dude,
like
fuck
I
that, bro.
Yeah.
I learned that like in daycares, like in the West Loop, they teach those kids there a lot of Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're learning 2 languages, Spanish and English.
Well, I don't know if I'd be able to.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't want to say it's hard, especially like, because obviously I married he's not Mexican. Obviously, Marco's not Mexican, but still we both speak Spanish. So it should be easier. Do you get what I'm saying? But even the dialect, knows, like
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like Guatemalan dialect and, Mexican dialect, but thankfully my kids, grew up in both like households, like moms and his moms that wear, cinturón is a belt, right? And then cincho is a belt. So they have to know both. So I feel like it is a little bit more difficult, but nothing that they can't learn for sure. I agree.
Yeah. Well, I think they definitely understand it, even if they don't speak it that well.
Right.
But they definitely know, especially when mom and dad talk to them or
Yeah.
their suegros or whatever. But I do see mom like kind of lean more towards English. She tries to like, because she wants to conversate with them.
Exactly.
And my dad's like, fuck that. I'm going to talk to you in Spanish.
Well, and then this past weekend, literally dad like looked at them and he was like, that's it. If you want to communicate with me, si se quieren comunicar conmigo, me tienen que hablar en español porque no les voy a poder entender and blah, blah, blah. And the kids were just like, okay, grandpa. As we were leaving,
Like,
he's like,
deuces.
dude, no, as we were leaving, dad goes, okay, babies, I'll see you later. No que solo español. And he's over here talking to him in English. It's like, make up your mind, But same, I feel like he wants to communicate with them. So that's why.
Right.
So.
I get you. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I think we hit about an hour.
Did we?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's typically what we do here, about an hour or so.
Okay.
So I think we're going to wrap this up. Any last thoughts or some shout outs or whatever you guys want to do?
Shout outs to my cats, Lila and Cleo.
Oh, hell no.
I guess I'll shout out my kids. All 4 of my kids, Theanita, Denise, Delilah, and Ethan.
They'll watch this or listen to this.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, they'll for sure. Ethan is subscribed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, on
Spotify, on
okay.
YouTube.
Oh, dang. you think?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he'll definitely watch this.
He'll definitely
to
watch it and listen to it. Yeah.
He's gonna see his mom on TV. Like, she's famous.
I'm famous. I know. I was so nervous, you guys, coming in here because I've never
It's
been
not
a
that
celebrity
bad.
before. So it was kind
okay.
of.
Come on.
But you know what though? Every time we do these, like, there is always that like in the beginning, but then it's nothing. We're just talking.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true.
So not that big of a deal. Well, yeah, thank you everybody for watching, for listening. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube and follow all of our social media. Give us that like, that follow, comment. Saludos a la familia Plasencia, Prado, you know, Jalisco and Hidalgo.
Yes.
And I think that's it. We're gonna say goodbye, and next time, ahí estamos con otra. Deuces.
Bye, guys.